Port Alice Photography here, and thought we'd try something a little different this time. Go for a little walk down the Seawalk here. And one nice thing about the Seawalk is it's not long, and it's just a nice walk to the end and back again. Great views of the islands, frigate islands out the back, or out the front here. And so here's a little info board here. This is all the people that put some time and work into building the Seawalk. Yeah, lots of people working on the. I remember people would be working all day long in the mill or somewhere, and then they come out for a couple hours every night for quite a while. Anyway, let's move along here. And here's another info board. So it says here our Seawalk is 1.5 kilometers, about 20 minutes hike. And at the end there's a flag out the back, so I guess that's what they call the trailhead up there. Hike along the coast to discover breathtaking views of Neurosis Inlet, eagles, ravens, sea otters, maybe a whale. Anyways, oh, don't beware of wildlife. Yep. So let's head on. Sign showing you how long it takes to get up towards Mahata River, and then if you're going to Lake Side Bay, it's probably another half an hour from there. So 130 kilometers return from here to Mahata, and then so it's about 2 hours. 2 hours anyways. If anybody interested, it's one way you can get out there. That's pretty much it this way, unless you're going by boat. All right. Great views of the islands. One thing I like about walking this walk is so you're kind of looking at it from the east side here, and then as you get around, you're looking at it from the south, and as you go in towards town more, you're looking at it from the north towards. So you get different views of the friggin' islands all the time. It looks like there's 2, but there's actually around, I think it's 5 islands, little ones. Anyway, coming up here, look, storyboard. Yeah, let's see what this one says. All right. There we go. For a life of land and water and air. Port Alice talking about Neurosis Inlet, part of Quatsino Sound, all the wildlife along the way. Yeah, quite often this one says blue herons. You see them sitting there waiting and waiting, so patient, and then all of a sudden a little tiny fish goes by and they got her. Always see eagles here in the morning. Yeah. So let's move along to the next one. Yeah, another view of it. Out the front here, big slide here. A few years ago. Came from all the way about 3/4 of the way up the mountain up here. This whole part right here was all washed out. It was quite the slide. Knocked the mill down for about 2 weeks. Yeah, a lot of hard work went into getting everything going again. Had to repair the power lines and everything here. So, all right, here's another second storyboard. Yay! This one's about the first peoples, Quatsino Nations. Yeah, this whole area was at one time was all covered with homes for the First Nations people. they kind of had summer and wintertime areas, sites, you know. And I know that the island in front of the mill was an area that they stayed in, and they traded it for where they're living now in Quatsino, or you know, in the near Cole Harbor. It's a village dance party, Quatsino 900. That's about 20 years even before the mill. Interesting. Anyway, let's move along to our next one. Yeah, I can hear some eagles up ahead. So, one thing that people may notice as they're walking along the seawalk, there's a few benches all the way along here, and the benches will have names on them. Those are in memory of people that have passed, former Port Alice residents, you know. And so the families and that put together some, put together an honorary, a bench with the, you know, plaques and stuff like that. But anyways, here's another storyboard. Yay! Oh, I like this one. This one's about Benson and his family. They owned a cannery, I think, in Winter Harbor. He was a fantastic photographer. Ben, he did a number of jobs: policeman, postman, mining recorder. But he was a fantastic photographer. Some of his photography is in the BC archives over in Vancouver there, and I'm not sure where else, the other place, maybe one of the universities. I think they've got it in there too. Anyways, I've seen lots of his pictures. He left around the Port Alice area right around 1920, I think, and went back into around the interior in the around Kelowna or something like that. But for quite a while, you know, the passengers would come, and he would come from Winter Harbor, and then he would take their pictures, and they would get like postcards sent away. That probably been around, yeah, it says here around 1912. But what a guy. So here's our first bench. This one's in memory of Joanna Hodgkinson. Really nice lady. I worked with her husband. He was an automation guy in the pulp mill. And this is a little monument. It stays really nice. People can put fresh flowers and stuff all the time. A really nice spot too. Yeah. Too bad. And coming up, this next one is my old friend Mike Lynn. We used to go fishing lots, and when I was the environmental manager, he worked in the effluent treatment. Great guy. And we worked in the wood plant together too. Yeah. Good old Mike. Sure used to make me laugh. Yeah. Sure miss you, Mike. And yay, another storyboard. Oh, we'll have to fix this one first of all. A little bit of bird crap on it. Sea otters. Ah, my favorite subject. Yeah. The dense fur keeps them cozy in the frigid ocean. They eat about a third of their body each day to keep warm. Yeah. They're sure cute. Anyway. And they also keep the Keep the kelp going. Right. Yeah. Keep all the kelp going. Eat all the urchins that eat all the bulb kelp. And a lot of fish swim around in the, like the cod and that, they like to swim around in the kelp. So anyways, let's move along. Probably about halfway here now. Yeah. Here's another bench. Oh, nobody on that one. Let's keep going here. Look at that view. Here's another bench. Oh, the Grahams and Cunninghams family. Dawn, Port Alice Insurance, Plattons, Murray's. Hope all the different people on this one. Yeah. Alright. Keep moving along. Come on, Benson. Yep. Here's a good one. This one is about Captain Cyril Demetrius Neurosis. Yeah. From 1868 to 1954, he was known as the skipper. So that's what this part of the inlet is named after. Looks like he did a few stints in the Navy, and says he joined the British India Steam Navigation, worked the Klondike Gold Rush, and he also served as lieutenant commander in the Royal Naval Reserve, worked as a first mate on the HMS Swiftsure from 1901 to 1911. Wow. Yeah. I guess they used to have two ships would come up to up here. One would be come from Vancouver, another one from Victoria. Yeah. It says that he was a mate on the SS Islander in 1901 when it hit an iceberg in Alaska. Sank in 20 minutes. Made it into the boat, lifeboat. Something else. Anyway, let's keep going. Look at that view out there. It's cool tonight. Yeah. Benson's always huffing and puffing though. It's not 5 degrees or lower, he's not happy. Right, bud? Yeah. Okay. We got another storyboard coming up. So, if you look just as we come up here now, just to the right is Walkout Island. You catch it on a low tide, you can walk right out there, have a little walk around. Always see eagles sitting on top of the trees over here in the morning. Yeah. Yeah. There's a Stellar Jay. Right down there. Look at it. Hey. What are you doing there? Yeah. Okay. Another storyboard. Oh, this one's a good one. So usually in end of September, usually end of September you start to see some whales show up here, and there's been about 4 that regularly be coming back. Whiskers and her offspring. There's Poseidon. I forget the names of them all. I was pretty good at remembering them for a while, but oh well. I usually go out there and take some photos of them. It's been great. Love it. In the end of September and October here. They've been staying longer and longer, it seems like. Remember one year right into December there. Anyways, oh, here we are. Whiskers, Poseidon, and Terry. Yeah. The kids named one of them. They got to name one. There's another new one. Yeah. That was along with the mum. They noticed the tail, or they can tell which one's by the look of their tail. That's why when after about 7 or 8 minutes, they always come up, and then after their dive feeding, and they go along the top for a bit, and then they take a dive, and that's when they do the big tail flip, and you get to get a good photograph of the tail. That's perfect for identification. Yeah, I sit out there in my little boat. You gotta watch it though, because you never know when they're coming up or where they're coming up. I just sit there, turn the engine off, and relax. Get the sun behind me. Another storyboard. Here's one. Yeah. Let me see. Stars of the sea. Sea stars. Sunflower star. Look at how many arms there. 24 arms. And the leather star has slimy skin that smells like garlic. Oh, isn't that nice? Never really paid attention to them, but on low tide you sure see lots of them. Yeah, I like the purple ones. Anyway, let's move along, Benson. Getting close to the end. Alright, getting close to the end here. Now, what does this info board say? Oh, same thing. Just at this end. Doesn't feel like 1.5 kilometers, but maybe that's... I'll have to check it one day when I'm driving in the car, see if it's 1.5 each way, or return. Yeah, nice little picnic table. That's the trail to go down to the Walkout Island. We won't head there today. But at the end here, there's it's a memorial of the Norseman 695, crashed in 1944, right in Port Alice. Yeah. Was heading northwest to Coal Harbor, it says. Sudden downdraft. Warm air over the mill. Stalled and crashed right in town, right at the ball field, which is where the oil tanks were, well, so they're taken out, right beside the golf course. Yeah. 1, 2, Sergeant Powell, Major Moore, and Brigadier General Scrivener were killed. The pilot, Mr. I don't know if I'm pronouncing it right, Escalise, was trapped in the wreckage as leaking fuel ignited. Thrown clear of the crash, Barker tried numerous desperate attempts to free him from the burning wreckage, and finally succeeded from burning to death. Despite heroic efforts, Barker and Escalise later died in the Port Alice Hospital with injuries. Yeah. Float planes, eh? Well, Benson, what do you say? Let's head back. See whether it feels like 1.5 kilometers or half of that. Anyway, let's head back. Well, come along we're about halfway again on our way back. This is one of my favorite spots to photograph from because it's got a great view of the islands and good for panels. In the morning you get as soon as the sun breaks over top of the mountains you get some nice light, and then obviously towards in town there. Got a couple. One year it was snowing in here and I got a couple of really nice shots from this spot using a 70 to 200. In the panel of so straight down the inlet there of Neurosis Inlet here, there's a misty rock right in the middle, and that point way at the end there's Pender Point. Turn to the left, go through Buckles Channel, and you're heading out to the coast. Oh, you can hear a couple eagles squawking away. Don't see them. Anyway, let's move along. Come on, Benson. Well, we're getting close to the end of getting back here again. It's a nice walk. I kind of hope everybody comes into Port Alice, gets a chance to go for parking right here and go for a walk along the Port Alice Seawalk. Okay, folks, till next video. Thanks for watching, and see you again. Bye.